Have you ever felt like you're just missing the boat on this whole ChatGPT thing? You see the hype, you hear about how it's changing the world, but when you actually try to use it, it just kind of falls flat. Well, we're going to fix that. Right here, right now. This isn't about hype, it's about a simple, clear roadmap to turn ChatGPT from a confusing toy into a seriously powerful partner in your work and life. Let's dive in.
Let's just be honest, okay? For a lot of us, this is the real experience. We're promised this revolutionary AI, but what we end up feeling is this, that it's just not that useful. And if that's you, trust me, you are not alone.
In fact, the numbers are pretty staggering. About 90% of people who try it feel the exact same way. So this isn't a you problem. It's not about you failing. It's about a tiny but fundamental misunderstanding of how the tool actually works. And today, we're going to clear that up.
So what's really going on here? Well, imagine trying to use a hammer to drive in a screw. You wouldn't blame the hammer, right? You'd say, hey, you're using the wrong method. And that's exactly what's happening here. The problem isn't the tool, it's the way we're using it.
This brings us to the first and honestly the most crucial step in this entire process. You have to shift your mindset about what ChatGPT even is.
Here it is. This is the biggest mistake pretty much everyone makes at first. We treat ChatGPT like a glorified Google search, just an answer machine. But that's not its true power. The big shift happens when you stop seeing it as an answer machine and start seeing it as a thinking partner, a collaborator that needs your instructions to do its best work.
And that leads us to the single most important skill you need to develop right now. It's called prompting. Forget all the other noise, the plugins, the custom GPTs, all that jazz. For now, your one and only job is to get really, really good at giving it clear, effective instructions. That's it.
Okay, so how do we get good at prompting? Let's use a super simple analogy that will make this crystal clear. I want you to think of ChatGPT as a brand new intern. All right, so you've got this new intern. Imagine you just slide a report across the desk and say, hey, make this better. What's going to happen? You're going to get a confused stare, right? And the result is probably going to be useless. Well, that's exactly what happens with ChatGPT. Vague instructions lead to vague, useless results.
But what if you give that intern specific instructions? Okay, rewrite this paragraph. I need it in simple English, something an 8th grader could easily understand. Now what happens? You get exactly what you wanted. ChatGPT is just like that intern, except it works at the speed of light. Your clarity is its command.
Now, to make this even easier, here's a little framework you can use that will instantly improve your results. Just think about these 5 things. Give it a role, a specific task, some context, tell it the output format you want, and give it any constraints. Like, you are a history professor, that's the role. Explain the causes of World War I, that's the task. You see how much better that is? It gives the AI so much more to work with.
So once you get the hang of basic prompting, you might be tempted to start collecting and saving a bunch of magic prompts you find online. But let me tell you, that's a total trap. Let me show you what the real next level looks like.
Here's the big difference. Beginners collect random prompts. Experts, they build systems. What's a system? It's basically a repeatable process, a kind of master prompt that gives you a high-quality result for a specific task every single time.
And check this out. This is a perfect example. This is a learning system. Instead of just asking, what is quantum physics, you give it this entire set of instructions. Explain it simply, give an example, tell me a real-life use, then ask me questions and even correct my mistakes. You build this once, and you can reuse it to learn absolutely anything. This is how you become a power user.
All right, now we get to a skill that really unlocks the magic of this tool. It's not about asking one-off questions. It's about building a real, in-depth conversation. You know, if you look at a beginner's chat history, it's just a jumble of random disconnected questions, a new chat for everything. But an expert's chat log, it tells a story. They stick to one single topic in one thread, building on each response, going deeper, and constantly giving feedback.
And that right there brings us to what might be the biggest secret of them all. Giving feedback is your superpower. I'm serious. This is how you transform a generic AI into a personalized assistant that actually gets you. So what does good feedback look like? It's all about being specific. Don't just get frustrated and start a new chat. Guide it. Tell it, hey, that's a good start, but can you make it more practical? Or could you add an example from India? You can even say, change the tone and rewrite this like you're a strict teacher. You will be blown away by how much the quality improves when you do this. Okay, let's level up again. We're getting into the really advanced stuff now, the kind of thinking that separates the pros from the amateurs. We're going to bust some big myths and uncover the real purpose of this incredible tool.
Here's the biggest myth out there, that ChatGPT is always right. The reality? It can be incredibly confident and at the same time completely wrong. Experts know this. They never use it as a final authority. They use it as a thinking assistant to help them process and refine their own thoughts.
And because they treat it like an assistant, experts are constantly iterating. They never, ever settle for the first answer. They'll ask for another version. They'll ask for pros and cons. They'll even ask the AI to play devil's advocate and critique their own ideas. This back-and-forth conversation is where the real breakthroughs happen.
And this all leads to a really profound truth that most people miss. The greatest value you get from ChatGPT isn't the final output it gives you. It's how it helps you improve your own thinking. It's a tool for getting clarity, for exploring different angles, and for making your own ideas stronger. When you use it like this, you're not just getting answers. You're becoming a clearer, more powerful thinker.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually start doing this? Let's wrap up with a super simple, practical action plan you can start using literally today.
Here it is, your simple 5-step plan. First, just choose one goal. Don't try to do everything at once. Maybe it's just learning a new topic. Second, every single time, give ChatGPT a role. Third, build just one reusable system prompt for that goal. Fourth, and this is the big one, give feedback on every single response. And finally, number 5, actually apply the output. Take what it gives you and use it in the real world.
So, if you remember only one thing from our time together, let it be this. Mastering ChatGPT isn't about memorizing prompts. It's about learning to think more clearly. The moment you start seeing it as a partner in your thinking process, it stops being a confusing tool and starts being a powerful key to unlocking your own potential. Your journey starts right now. You've got this.